Welcome back to the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week.
We're set for the second half. Did you catch your breath? Did you get a snack? Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Capital One. This presentation of the Pac-12 on ESPN. Final year of this conference. Going out with a bang down the stretch. The Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week. The Huskies 5 touchdowns to 4 touchdowns for USC. If you enjoy defense, that kind of half makes you uncomfortable. We promised you offensive fireworks, but defensively somebody's got to figure out something. Mainly USC, because they're on the field first against Penix and company.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they can come up with. They've had all week to come up with an answer. Now you've got 20 minutes to go in there, and Alex Grinch look at his guys. And I think what you have is a lack of size up front. They struggle to make tackles in space, and they're worried about giving up big shots over top. So those are all your concerns. Where do you start? What do you try to take away? And you got to cheat somewhere to try to do that. The problem with that is Michael Penix is so good at recognizing things that he has an answer for it. But to get back into this game, the last thing you want right now is Penix to go up 14.
333 yards for the Huskies in the first half. Penix has thrown for 173 and a couple of touchdowns. And Gata at the goal line tries it again and breaks the tackle and gets out near the 30. So here comes Michael Penix, feeling great tonight after a couple of weeks he was under the weather.
Yeah, we've seen everything here. This is early, nice accuracy on a heck of a throw. How about this play? If you haven't seen this, only 11% of his passes outside the pocket, somehow finds his big tight end, Tevin Kolk, with a great catch and a touchdown. The awareness, total progression from the right back to the left, busting coverage, and makes SC defense pay for it.
2 USC down linemen in this set. And Johnson around the right side to get into the ground after a very short gain. Mentioned that both ground games churning to complement the accuracy of these quarterbacks.
It's important to continue to talk about that because the play callers are recognizing it and using it. Dylan Johnson, 7 yards a carry, 118 yards on a night. And we're just warming up here.
This is the most points. Oh, he's a trick play. Penix walked away. Johnson gets the direct snap. He was in motion when it was snapped, and there is a flag down.
Well, you totally caught USC off guard, especially the middle of that defense. See what this call is.
Illegal formation, offense, 5-yard penalty. We played second down. The receiver was not facing his line of scrimmage.
Odunze was looking away. I think Kalen DeBoer is saying, what are you talking about here? Watch this. When he steps away, watch the defensive line, especially Bear Alexander. He's like, what do you guys think over there? So he steps away and watch this.
Good acting by Penix. Let me check the wristband. What are we doing?
What do we got here, Coach?
It makes it 2nd and 14. Penix plenty of time. Johnson on the edge, breaks a couple tackles out across the 40. They can't get him to the ground.
And I was going to say, I don't know if you really need to have any trickery to move the football. Why not just get the ball to your playmakers? Here again, check it down. Now you got to tackle. You know, that's one thing. Keep the ball in front of you, but with that logic, you got to rally to the football and tackle. They were 2nd and long after that penalty. Now it's 1st down.
Should surprise no one. They lead the Pac-12 in missed tackles, adding up tonight. Not really much of anything you can point to on the SC defensive side as a positive. Yeah, they're short-handed in the back end tonight, but that doesn't begin to explain it. Penix again against the 3-man rush, launching downfield. Giles Jackson just over his outstretched hands. He was ahead of Roland Wallace, inches from a touchdown.
Ken, we've not seen a ton of these shots downfield. This is what they're known for. I mean, they lead the nation with 52 explosives in their pass game. Misses this just off the fingertips. But to their credit, they found the one-on-one matchup, and on 1st and 10, they took that shot.
They had 4 more, Kirk, explosive plays of 20-plus in the first half. Feel comfortable taking a shot on 1st down when you can move the ball this easily. Tybo Rogers back in the game. They fake it to him. Yep, right across the middle is Jeremy Bernard. Another first down in SC territory.
Yeah, the timing,
so easy.
Yeah, the timing on this. Watch the play fake, and then watch how quickly he sees, first of all, that this is soft. Nobody's up close on him. The ball just gets out. Right as Bernard comes off of his cut, ball's already in the air.
Kalen Bullock's been their best defensive back, according to the SC coaches. Couple of picks in the year. A lot of tackles. He's had a rough night in space. Oh, time in the world to launch. Gets it underneath to Jalen Polk. Stopped about a yard short of the marker by Max Williams. There's emergency here. The band's trying to get cranked up. These SC fans know that, yeah, they can come back, but to go down 14 here when they had led the entire first half.
How about this? Trips into the boundary up top.
But he's looking the other way. Yeah. Lofts it up in the air, and a juggling catch by Odunze. Didn't get it cleanly at the top, but it kind of landed in his hands. He beats Damani Jackson.
And Damani Jackson's been attacked tonight. They're going after him. Mentioned trips to the boundary because they wanted to create this. That's a matchup they want. One-on-one, decent coverage, but there's the physicality of Odunze and how big he is at 6'3".
Penix again, three-man rush down the middle. Just getting a hand on it and deflecting it, and it's picked off. Gentry with that massive wingspan. Got up, got a hand on it, and Roland Wallace picked it off. That's the play SC desperately needed.
Well, there you go. Gentry is 6'6", and he needed every inch to climb up and make this play in the middle of the defense. Watch him. He eyes it, he sees it, and then he climbs to be able to get up in the air. And great awareness to come up with that interception. So down 7, looked like they might be down 14. They catch the break that they needed by Gentry tipping that ball and Roland Wallace seeing it for the interception.
Yeah, Gentry is 6'6". Kirk, his wingspan is 7'6". And Penix didn't quite account for that. Roland Wallace in good position. So that's the first takeaway by this SC defense. They get that break of serve, and Williams back to work down only 7. Low snap. Manages to pick it up and hand the ball off. Braylon Trice with the tackle on Jones. Justin Dedich is the center. His quarterback in a tough spot there. Gives that little false clap. See if he can get the Huskies to jump.
Well, that, and he's also getting a tip on the look of coverage. Lincoln Riley as well, making the adjustments.
Williams finds some space in the pocket, finds a man downfield. Taj Washington as the quarterback creates again.
Chris, watch the spatial awareness in that pocket. Sometimes being an athlete is just feeling that in the pocket. You don't have to run around and create. It's just feeling where that opening is and keeping your eyes downfield for the throw.
Got a chunk of 34, keeps it again, flips it to McCree on the edge. You talked about pocket awareness and feel. Who have you seen that can match that, Williams? I mean, we've seen the...
In the NFL?
Well, anywhere, on any level.
I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes does a pretty good job of it. And I think that play we just saw, I can already see it in April. Mel Kiper and the boys breaking that last play down because of the feel that he had there. I mean, that's like a drill you do on a Tuesday when you work to try to avoid that pressure, keep your focus downfield on coverage and make an accurate throw.
So you can drill it, but still it helps to have the instincts to be born with that.
Absolutely.
Still got the ball. Backpedaling. Spinning free. Avoids a sack yet again and takes off. Makes a cut. And just dances out of bounds inside the 35. It's a first down of the scramble.
They're trying to do everything they can. Bandez, I want you to appreciate what he does. 55. Watch the big fella. He's going to try to chase him down. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Nope, you're not. Little dance around him and out of bounds.
Big fella not built to change directions, Kirk, that quickly, right?
Good effort, though, by the big man.
302 pounds. It's like a big truck that you kind of roll right past him. Whoops.
That's a tough ask in space. They already ran 30 yards.
So SC quickly threatening, trying to get level again. Fake it to Jones. Williams looks underneath to Brendan Rice. He's going to not be able to come up with it. Had a chance there. Elijah Jackson did a good job defending that.
Rice has had a good year, but some mental lapses and some drops. You know, that's one that he's got to secure and put away. Has so much potential. He's really had a great year, but there's just been some moments this year where plays like that happen, where you got to hold on to that football and keep this momentum going to this drive.
If he'd secured that another half a second, it would have been a catch and a fumble. 2nd and 10. Long pitch to the field. Singer knocked down a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. Holly?
Well, guys, we're seeing Caleb Williams make some breathtaking plays with his feet tonight. The spin move in the first quarter, getting out of the pocket, escaping. We know he's done a lot of extra things growing up as a kid. But did you know that he took a hip-hop dance class? We see his ability to balance, move his feet. He's done yoga. This is one of the most well-prepared young men for his role in college football. But I just thought you should break it down. He was a hip-hop dancer, and we're seeing some of those moves tonight.
Everything comes together to create the athlete you see, I guess.
Yeah.
Play fake, looking to throw for it, and Rice nowhere near the pass there. It was chasing him. Interesting call on 3rd and 1.
Well,
offense out there for 4th down.
He's got a look there, and it's another run pass option. But instead of throwing a quick out the way the previous play was on the run pass option with coverage up tight, he wants to take a shot downfield to Rice because they're confident on 3rd and 1. If he misses it, they come right back on 4th and 1 and get this 1st down.
And let's see if they can. Jones was the tailback. It's a keeper. Williams running for his life. Fires to the end zone. Jump ball. Touchdown. Rice open that time. Unorthodox, but deadly. Throw out the book, right?
I thought the play was blown up because of Tooley. 4th and 1. He wins. That's a big man, their best defensive lineman, and once again, Caleb Williams avoids the pressure, looks up to Rice, who this time holds on to it, and Jackson never finds the ball. How often do you see it? Underthrown ball, corner doesn't see the football, receiver does, comes back, and scores a touchdown.
10th touchdown reception for Brendan Rice. Yeah, he drops the ball occasionally, but you can see the size, the length, the power. He just shoved Jackson away from him. And SC gets the takeaway, goes 80 yards to tie it up at 35. Trophy over there in USC's football complex earlier this week. Semifinals, by the way, Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. Championship game in Houston. Dr. Pepper presenting the championship trophy, of course. USC got the deflection by Gentry, the interception by Roland Wallace. 80 yards later, the game is tied for the 5th time tonight. Now Penix and company back to work. I'm going to ask you, Kirk, about the defensive philosophy here. You know, they're not blitzing Penix at all. Blitz only twice. For the most part, they've been rushing 3 and playing coverage against the board's offense. Do you like that?
Well, I think normally it's a mix. You know, you want to mix some zone and some man. But tonight, I think Alex Grinch, he's coming into this game, the last 5 games combined, they've allowed average of 42 points. Not just tonight has this been a problem. So I think what he's trying to do is he knows he's going to give up plays. He's trying to squeeze down in the red zone and hope that they can get a stop down there. They had one this last series when they got the interception.
Odunze was in the backfield. They flip it to Polk on the end around, and tackle made on the edge by Braylon Shelby. Holly?
Well, guys, catching up with Kalen DeBoer at the half, he said his offense is playing confident and with composure. He really likes how they're converting in the red zone until that last play. But what they've got to shore up is on defense. He said they are gashing us. They are hurting us in the seams, and we cannot have guys get 6-7 yards downfield without getting touched. Just needs better gap control, better eyes, and better protection in those seams.
Johnson off the left side. Dylan Johnson with a 3-touchdown first half. Just keeps rolling all the way down inside the 35. Yeah, gap control hasn't really been a thing tonight for Eagles.
Yeah, watch the block by 72. The center, Brailsford, good job again of just kind of sealing that. Johnson cut right off of his block, and he accelerates so quickly for a guy with some good size at 220 pounds. Again, this offensive line deserves a ton of credit. Scott Huff, that offensive line coach, doing a great job with this attack up front.
That 33-yarder gets him to 151 for the game. Will Nixon spells him on this snap. Penix has pressure. That's a rare blitz. Flags in the secondary. Odunze, intended receiver. Solomon Byrd got after Penix that time.
And there's a grab there by the defense.
So they did get a little bit more aggressive. One of the better pass rushers on this USC team. Byrd heated it up, but on the back end.
And Prophet Brown, 16.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Both fouls are against the defense. Pass interference, defense number 16. That penalty is declined. Roughing personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 51. Low contact, low hit to the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And with Solomon Byrd, let's bring in Bill Lamagna. You don't see this call too often, Bill.
And Bill, he lost his balance. I don't think that was intentional. He lost his footing there.
He lost his balance, but he did thrust into him with his shoulder right into the back of the knee area.
Yeah.
And those are protected areas for the quarterback, so that's a correct call.
Yeah, there he is grabbing the jersey. But I'm just saying, I know it's a call. I'm just saying I don't think he was intentionally trying to submarine Penix. Just lost his balance.
Thankfully, Penix has had 2 knee injuries in his career already, able to avoid injury that time. Johnson just plows ahead for 6 more.
Again, a clinic up front. And to me, with the way this game's going back and forth, that running game, when it comes to trying to keep Caleb Williams and company on the sideline, I know you can score really quick through the air, but not necessarily always about scoring fast. Maybe working clock and running that football wouldn't hurt him at all.
Johnson this time is swarmed behind the line. Big Bear Alexander blew it up. They lose 6.
Yeah, when they see the running back to the right here, this tells them to try to hit a gap and assume that the ball is going to go this way, and that's what he does. He follows the running back from the right to the left by shooting that gap. So if he would have pulled that, he still would have brought him down. He was all in because he lined up to the right of the quarterback, assuming he'd get that football.
So that sets up a 3rd and 10.
Remember the last time they were down here, Gentry had that tip ball.
Huskies have been incredibly successful on 3rd down tonight. We talked about the 4 touchdowns on 3rd down plays across the middle. It's Westover, and they get a 1st and goal as a tight end leans down to the 8. More frustration from Grinch.
Love this that Penix sees the deep. They show blitz. Look how deep they're getting. Okay, I'll take them. That is maturity from Michael Penix. That's what you love to see. There would be a tendency there to maybe want to take a chance and throw that downfield on 3rd and 10, but instead saw exactly from pre-snap to post-snap what they did and just took what the defense gave him for a 1st down.
Tybo Rogers darting down to the 1. You see the acceleration of this emerging running back. Came close to breaking the plane.
And it's like a change of pace from Dylan Johnson to Rogers, right? I mean, like you said, there's a lot of twitch right there in acceleration.
Penix, what else? Just muscles in, and Washington uses about 3.5 minutes to go 75 yards in 7 plays and reclaim the lead.
Well, why not get behind this offensive line, especially the center Brailsford? That time Bear Alexander unable to get penetration, and much like we've seen most of this night, white jerseys pushing around the SCD line.
Fans have been ungrinched. You got Trojan legends like Matt Leinart speaking out, saying a change is needed. Can't go backwards. Keyshawn Johnson joining in that chorus as well. They see what the fans see. UW back on top.
We mentioned earlier in the first quarter, I really thought this about Mahomes, or about Caleb Williams. His whole career reminds you of the mannerisms and his style of what you see from Patrick Mahomes, ability to create, the way he plays off platform, the way he throws the football. I mean, is that eerily similar with his throw and ability to kind of adjust his arm angle? And he brings the fire and the intangibles that you see from Patrick Mahomes tonight, but it is being tested in a big way tonight in a shootout with Penix and the Huskies.
Williams has thrown for 2, 1 for 1. They've been in these battles before. This team's been behind a lot. Got down early to Arizona 17-0. And they're way behind against Cal. 14 points early, fourth quarter, rallied. Actually took the lead after trailing Utah before the Utes kicked a late field goal. Here's Branch. Zachariah Branch dragged down. It's a good special teams play made by Goforth. So, can Caleb Williams continue to conjure up magic? Trojans down 7 again. Goodyear providing aerial coverage, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Good news, everybody. We turn the clocks back tonight for daylight savings time. We're going to need an extra hour to recover from today, and then look ahead to next weekend down there between the hedges. Dogs and Rebels. Game day will be there.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Huge game. Both those teams avoided potential upsets. Ole Miss knocking off A&M. Georgia got a little push, especially early from Missouri, that came in there playing with a chip on their shoulder, but the Dogs prevail, so that's a big one next week.
Dogs have been falling behind frequently and then having a rally. Behind by 7 is Williams, who tries to get the ball into a tight space downfield to Deuce Robinson. Jackson in coverage.
Watch this. This is the first mistake we've seen where he throws late. He's very fortunate that Jackson did not jump that. If he would have had his eyes on Caleb Williams, he probably could have been able to come over and make a play on the ball.
Williams flips it short, and there's Robinson. Flag is out as the freshman is rambling and still going. It's a foot race. Deuce Robinson finally tracked down at the 15. The flag is way back at the 20-yard line, at the other end of the field, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an illegal pick by USC. I think this one will come back. What a play after the catch.
It's a 69-yard game, but you're right. All the action was about 60 yards away from where the football is now.
Yeah, that's what I saw. That's why Robinson got open.
Dominic Hampton, one of the Husky DBs, walking off very slowly to the bench.
There are 2 flags on the play. The first flag was for offensive holding. There is no foul because the ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage. During the run, there's a foul for holding against the offense, number 10. It's a 10-yard penalty. It'll be first down.
So they get Kyron Hudson, but the penalty was way downfield, so they're going to get a nice gain out of this anyway.
Chris, watch this right here. This is what I saw. Watch this pick right here. That's
very effective.
Yeah, it worked. Freed him up. Got him out in space. I'm surprised they didn't call that one, Bill.
Well, the pass didn't cross the line of scrimmage.
Right.
So you can block downfield if the pass doesn't cross the line of scrimmage.
Okay, good.
The hold way downfield, spots the ball at the 50. It's a 43-yard gain minus the penalty, and now Mario Williams is loose on the edge, and SC is threatening.
Yeah, just like that, big play. How about the big receiver, 6'6", 225, showing that kind of speed. Wonder if he went to bed last night expecting he'd have a chance to make a difference in his game.
Transfer from Oklahoma. Williams gets around the edge. Oh my goodness, he faked out ZTF a couple of times. Eventually the big fella did a somersault as he was trying to get near number 13 in space.
He's had a great game, but that is a tough thing to do for a defensive end.
What's
You're right,
battle here?
it's a couple different shakes. What for? He goes airborne after a couple jukes. He said, to heck with this. Actually did a pretty good job to keep him to a 2-yard gain, 3 yards.
Taj Washington is in the backfield. Williams running out of time. Escapes again, directing traffic. Gets a block and just flips it away. Goes tumbling into the Huskies bench after the incompletion.
And it's really his lower half, his strength, that along with the quickness and the instincts and the awareness, but his strength to be able to pull out of there and really good coverage. They talk about plastering, meaning when he scrambles, they work very hard on the receivers or the defensive back staying on those receivers as he buys 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Tough thing to do, but they did it there.
Well, Caleb tries to catch his breath. Well, Tulian Asenawa, who chased him down, he's got to be sucking wind at this point. And 3rd and 7. Washington gets blocks and gets a first down near the 20.
They go to their best receiver in a big moment here, and he's got 2 great blockers in front of him. Deuce Robinson again helping out, McCree helping out, and you can see what Taj Washington can do with the ball after the catch.
4th catch for Washington, closing in on a 100-yard night. Lake Brown, who scored a touchdown on his first carry of the season, his first action in 8 games, to the right of Williams. Using almost all the play clock here. Every bit of it. For the end zone. Back shoulder throw. Touchdown, Mario Williams. What a pitch from Caleb.
Chris, you called it the back shoulder. Defender doesn't see it, secures the ball. The left foot is down. The progressive pylon cam give you even a better look at the left foot.
Gonna make sure he holds it to the ground than he did.
Mario Williams, often the forgotten receiver of this bunch, makes a big play here to potentially tie this game up. And how about the location of that football?
Williams featured in that drive. 3rd touchdown pass for Williams. He's approaching a 300-yard night. And this game is tied again, 6th time.
I want you to watch where he releases this football. Look at the coverage right here. That's what he's looking at. And he throws it to a spot. That's a lot of work and a lot of timing between a quarterback and a receiver. Mario Williams came with him from Oklahoma. These two know each other as well as anybody that he throws to. But did you see when he released that ball, the trust that he had in Williams to come back? And that's just perfect timing. Nothing that the defender could do to stop that from being a touchdown.
Penix's turn. Minute 41 in this 3rd quarter. He spent a lot of energy in that drive. Just look, you can see, I mean, the wear and tear. He puts it all out in the field every single game. They usually have to play all 60 minutes and then some. Get a breather out there.
That's the part of the I love much. You're looking at 2 of the ultimate competitors that want to win for their team. But that view right there tells you what they're going through. It's exhausting, but they're fighters, right? It's going to go down to the last moment of this game.
Ngata gets to the edge and is going to be penned in and finally run out at the 28-yard line. Tonight's Aflac trivia question. Rome Dunze for the Huskies, Jalen Polk, both averaging 100 receiving yards per game this season. Let's go back to 2000. What two Power 5 teams have had a duo average 100+ receiving yards in a single season?
Maybe the early 2000 Canes. Remember Andre Johnson, Santana Moss?
Did Chase and Jefferson and then Joe Burrow's 19 average 100 maybe?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
There's a first down run for Johnson, who hammers forward for about 5. This dynamic duo, Polk came from Texas Tech. Dunze, an original Washington recruit. They don't even have Jalen McMillan. Hopefully he can get healthy. He's been battling an ankle problem all season long. You get him back and it gets even scarier because he's a big-time receiver.
Man.
There's a pre-snap flag and a false start from the Huskies.
Tanu, left tackle, who's had a great night.
False start. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Penalties have been a problem for the Huskies. Not so far tonight, not a huge problem. That's 6. Final minute of the third quarter now, 2nd and 10. Johnson makes a cut. Dylan Johnson just building on the best night of his career. Gentry's got him down, but a 9-yard gain.
How great is it to have space like that? You're looking at a big physical back. You run behind that left side. Fautano leading the way, 55, and he's running downhill. Doesn't get touched till he's 7 yards downfield.
Penix pulls it and shows his strength, muscling for a first down. Damani Jackson collided with him.
We've seen that from Caleb Williams. Here we see it from Penix at a critical moment, 3rd and short, reminding you he's athletic and can pull that down and keep it himself. This running game, boy, they are balanced tonight. 226 on the ground, 238 through the air.
NFL scouts looking on. 2 brilliant quarterbacks and their playmakers dueling in the Coliseum. 15 minutes to play. Huskies win streak. Perfect season on the line. USC's chance at a Pac-12 title at stake on the other side. 42 apiece. Back after a word from your ABC stations. USC tradition. Travel around, and the Trojans who are pointed at the Olympic cauldron and will be host of the Olympics for the 3rd time in 2028. First back in 1932. Final quarter, tied at 42. Which defense can get a stop here in the 4th period, get a break of serve? Penix backpedaling, firing, and Polk was grabbed. Pass interference on Roland Wallace on that deep slant, too, was running free.
Remember you asked me what else can they do, and I said, you know, you mix in some blitzing, you mix in some man, but now your corner's got to hold up on islands. And this is what you risk, either a big play or a pass interference. And he grabs onto him, grabs onto the hand, prevents him from getting to his spot. That's why they make the call. So it's a bit of a roll of the dice, because if you don't get to Penix, he's begging you to blitz and play man coverage with the receivers that he has.
And blitzes have not been very effective against Penix in his Washington career, that's for sure. One of the best quarterbacks against the extra rusher. They also do a pretty good job picking it up. Johnson just nice forward, picks up about 6 more. Jamil Muhammad got him down.
That play was blown up. It was designed to go to the right, and you got to give the defensive line led by Bear Alexander credit. They blew that play up, but there's the versatility of Dylan Johnson.
Johnson's got it again. Barreling down deep inside the red zone, flirting with 200 yards now. 20 more gets him to 191.
Yeah, look at that hole. I mean, it's a great run, and I love Dylan Johnson, but my gosh, that play just opened up because of the slanting and angling by that defensive line. Nobody's there.
Yards before contact, as you said, enormous tonight. Penix. But Johnson working back towards him. Penix is scanning deeper downfield and just throws it away. That's not, as you said, really his game. Sprinting to the edge and trying to create.
No, not like I said. About 11% of his passes all year have been outside the pocket. Now he's athletic and he can make plays on the run. And you know, you and I think saw the same thing, that Bernard broke free late. The defender that had him locked down had to leave him to take the potential threat of Penix running. And if he would have just held on one last second, he could have picked up some good yards.
Will Nixon in the game. 6th red zone visit for the Huskies. 5 for 5 touchdowns so far. But Trojans are there to swarm. Keon Barnes made the play, and Barnes sets up a 3rd and long now.
Yeah, you'll see movement here, and then they work around. One thing that Alex Grinch tries to do is manufacture by moving defensive linemen that are a bit undersized. That time it pays off.
Did Penix come up with something special again on 3rd and long?
They're showing pressure with the 2 linebackers mugged up, walked up. Usually when they show that, they bail. Let's see if they... Grinch is going to call a timeout, or SC is.
3rd and 9. Huskies threatening again to reclaim the lead. Athletic trivia question. I got half of it right.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Chase and Jefferson did each average 100 yards. Go back a little farther. Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey for the Mountaineers in 2012.
Forgot about that. That's a good one.
3rd and 9.
Huge play here.
With the defensive timeout for SC. Pressure comes. It's picked up. Penix has time, directing traffic, running out of time, spins and is sacked. Eric Gentry makes his 2nd big play tonight.
Well, that's coverage. Great job here of just freelancing and just being a robber by Kalen Bullock, one of the better safeties in the country. This time he's just kind of taken everything away by sitting there reading the eyes of Penix. Penix trying to direct traffic from back there, but by the time he thought he may have found somebody, they take it away.
First sack of the night. Grady Gross, his first field goal attempt in the last few weeks. Hasn't tried one in the last couple of games. This from 43 to go back on top. And he knocks it through. So 12 touchdowns. About time for a field goal. 45-42. UW.
ABC Saturday Night Football is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Boost Infinite. Get unlimited wireless and the latest iPhone every year.
It's a spa week here for Curtis Wilson. The All-State bus back to that in LA. Curtis telling me he's getting a little spa work. What's your All-State Good Hands play this weekend? A lot to choose from.
Yeah, it's better than traveling 3,000 miles from Tallahassee to LA the week before. This is the All-State Good Hands play. Jeremiah Trotter with a pick 6. Clemson kind of backed into a corner, upset. Dabo was upset. They showed up with bad intentions. Georgia Tech coming up. North Carolina and South Carolina.
Take that, Tyler Spartanburg.
Well, they salvaged their season with that big win at home today.
3rd loss for Notre Dame. Branch from the 5, and it was a fair catch. Back to Kevin Negande.
Chris, time now for a Chick-fil-A move on the field, and Jalen Milroe, the first quarterback in Bama history with 4 rushing touchdowns. They got 6 rushing touchdowns. That is Alabama. Here's another storyline. Look at this. Jaden Daniels hit all night. Dallas Turner laying the biggest hit right there. Wow. Daniels shaken up, try to get on the field and stay on the field. He's in the tent right now. Bama has scored 21 unanswered. They're up 42-28. Back to you.
There's Kevin. Bama flexing. Dallas Turner went code red on the quarterback. Put him in the tent. So SC down 3. Plenty of time to work with. Hand it off to Raleigh Brown. He's slippery and shifty and squirts for about 14.
Boy, every time he touches the ball, you just hold your breath. He hits that crease, and he's got a different gear. Austin Jones is a physical back. He's done a good job tonight, but man, 14 comes in there. You better be careful. He gets through that second level. He'll split the safeties.
Williams in the flat. Gets it to him again, and weapon in space. Scoots for another nice 6-yard gain.
Yeah, it's great to bring fresh legs in a game like this, and you can feel that. Not only does he have speed, he has fresh legs, and that's a different gear. Bring Austin Jones back in the game.
Impressive job by this running back room. Marshawn Lloyd is a high impact player, a tremendous back for SC. He's been reduced to kind of motivator over there, but Jones has stepped up. Darwin Barlow has a touchdown. Malik Brown we're seeing make an impact.
He sees blitz. Man coverage.
Huskies bring it. Ball quickly out. And it's Taj Washington reacting well. Got open. He stopped a yard short of the marker.
Well, he sees everybody up here. He sees a receiver with a nice cushion. So he just gets the ball out in a hurry. They actually dropped their edge, so simulated pressure, but it looked like they were going to outnumber him. So smart seeing the man and just getting the ball out of his hands quickly.
Show yourself to the quarterback. Washington did that nicely there. Need a yard on third. 2 tight ends into the left side. Jones is the back. Jones has got it. Hurdles the line for a first down. Austin Jones rambling deep into Washington territory. Well, he's over 100 yards now.
We've talked a lot about this Washington offensive line, but SC on short yardage there, they win the battle at the line of scrimmage and the point of attack to give Jones a chance to go up in the air. Really selling out, Washington selling out there to try to come up with that stop. Once he broke free, that initial surge, it was a lot of room.
Williams to Mario Williams. Grabbed on the edge. Nice tackle in space. A 5-yard gain, could have been more.
Keep going to that run pass option. We've seen more of it in the second half than we did the first. Saw a few more zone reads in the first half, but he could have handed that off or just gotten it out there to his gifted receiver. And with 3-on-2, he decides to go to Mario Williams. Pretty good defense, like you said.
Brown. That time, oh wow, was he shoved forcefully by Dom Hampton. The USC bench, tempers are flaring there. They're after Hampton. There's no flag on the play. It was aggressive.
I thought the follow through by Hampton sometimes can draw the foul. He's in bounds, right, Bill? And then that push right there. What do you think?
Borderline, gave him a pass, probably by the flow of the game today. So I'm okay with the no call.
You'll flow of the game pass. All right, 3rd and 7. No pressure. Ball quickly in the hands of Singer. Singer with flags flying, still running. Actually, it's Taj Washington into the end zone. There's a couple of flags down. This one's going to come back, I think.
And it's come back with Deuce Robinson. I think that's who they're looking at. He's done a good job of blocking downfield, but he grabbed on to Elijah Jackson.
Offense number 19. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Now, this young freshman, 6'6", 225, great baseball player I hear as well from Harold Reynolds, but far right, big physical guy. See the jersey right there, grabbing onto it. Yeah, really good look there.
He and Elijah Jackson have dueled tonight, both in coverage and also blocking downfield. Mafoa Sa'au is down on the field, and now he's going to limp off to the Washington sideline. Ball spotted back at the 30 after the penalty. It's 3rd and 13. Huskies back out of the pressure, and now the pocket collapsing. This time Caleb Williams cannot escape. Dropped way behind the line, a huge loss. Tuduafi got him.
Movement here frees him to be able to come around the edge. You know, he's a defensive tackle that can play defensive end. He just doesn't give up on the play. I mean, Caleb Williams obviously has an advantage, and when he sees that pressure, usually he spins out of it, but this time 260 pounds able to finish the play and get Caleb Williams to the ground.
They had a first down at the 27, Kirk. The penalty moved him back. That was a big loss of 12 yards. Not a good job by Williams to take that sack to move him out of field goal range. And a rare punt tonight. Chaplitsky knocks it down inside the 10 as the Huskies defense gets a stop. Up 3 still. I see students trying to make some noise, make it tough on this Washington offense. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more about the Taco Bell Live Más Student Section of the Year contest. You know, Kalen DeBoer told us that Washington has had chances, Kirk, each of the last 3 weeks to really put opponents away. Led Oregon by 11 in the 3rd quarter, came right down to it.
Yeah, you're right.
Against Arizona State, they couldn't finish drives. Stanford, turnovers cost him. Now a chance up 3 to go on a long march and perhaps secure the game if they can reach the end zone. Johnson on the pitch. Gets the drive started with a big chunk play. It's a foot race. Dylan Johnson finally shoved out of bounds at the 35. But this is a massive night for the former Mississippi State Bulldog. 53 more.
Watch the blocks by center out here. A great block on the outside by Jalen Polk right there too. 73 gets out there. All the receivers and Dylan Johnson having a night you can dream about. 244 yards rushing for number 7.
And the 3 touchdowns in the first half. His son Dylan Jr., we talked about him. I don't think he's quite old enough to grasp what his dad has done, but someday they'll tell him about his dad's night in the Coliseum. Play clock all the way down to 2. Penix doesn't want to score too quickly here. Flags out in the holding zone as he chucks it downfield. And another flag as Odunze was being defended. So make it offsetting here.
I think you'll have offsetting. A hold by Washington in the backfield once Penix got out of the pocket, and then the PI downfield. Doing a better job at taking away those deep crossers. So good adjustments here by SC secondary and Alex Grinch, because
there are fouls against both teams. These fouls will offset and will replay first down. Holding offense number 20, pass interference defense number 1. These fouls offset, replay, first down.
Because downfield you don't know about the holding penalty. Here's the hold on the offensive line, and it was going to back Washington up until SC grabbed the Dunze downfield.
Yeah, Gentry blitzing, and Rogers ends up grabbing onto that jersey, and then here we got downfield Jackson. And anytime you lose the football against Penix, get ready. The ball's coming your way.
Gentry had the pass tipped earlier that was picked up by Roland Wilson, and then the sack of Penix, which killed a drive earlier. He's made 2 big plays tonight. Tybo Rogers spelling Johnson, knocked down by Damani Jackson.
If I want to watch him, the left tackle, watch when he gets outside. Look at him. You're talking about a 300-pounder. He's 15, 20 yards downfield until he has somebody to block.
There were not a lot of Trojans lining up to take him on. Rodgers harassed early. That was good penetration by Mason Cobb from the linebacker position. And then Bear Alexander wrapped him up. 3rd and long coming up.
Great play by Bear Alexander that time. Able to use those hands to get off of his block and able to help out on Mason Cobb. Washington 6 of 9 on 3rd downs, as you see.
They're in the fringe field goal range right now for Gross on 3rd down. Throw near the marker. I think Giles Jackson will come up a yard short. They're signaling 1st down. The players are, but the officials will spot it short. 4th down.
Ball brings him back. He runs a pretty good route, but the ball's thrown low. He has to come back to it, and that's what kept him short by about a yard of that 1st down.
How crucial is this? Can USC somehow find a way to deny the Huskies on this 4th and 1? If they can't, Washington gets closer and can chew on more clock here.
Replay is looking at this to see if he made the line to gain. But it appeared from what we saw, he was short, and
Well,
the
Bill,
hit didn't knock him back.
Bill, let's look at this look, though. Look at this. I've never seen this line. This
Little
is
red
nice.
line up there. Does the ball cross that red line before he's driven back?
Oh, it sure does.
It's a really good look.
That's a beautiful look.
You like the orange line?
Yeah, Billy.
Fan of the orange line.
Yeah, that's a nice job there.
I stand corrected. That does look like a 1st down.
Look at that.
Ball, the same thing applies to the goal line, right, Bill? The ball breaking that plane. That's a heck of a tool for the officials to use. Without it, I don't know if you could say that he got across that 1st down marker.
I'm a fan of that. That's great, especially for that situation.
Dan Antionetti, replay
After
official.
review, the receiver made the line to gain. It'll be 1st down at the 27.5-yard line.
I'll tell you, Bill, without that, it's not as easy.
Yeah.
Without that tool.
The first looks we had, I thought it was short.
Yeah.
But that line, that proved it.
Yep. Coming into this drive, we have 12 touchdowns, 87 points, and over 1,000 yards of offense.
And a field goal is the difference, of course, at this point. But this is a big one because the 1st down gives Penix a chance not only to score a touchdown, but eat up enough clock that would make it very, very tough for Riley and his offense to climb back. Penix under center. Rodgers lined up 7 yards behind the line, takes the pitch and spins forward inside the 25.
I go back to your comment that you made as this drive started about Washington having some issues with finishing games off in recent weeks, and now you have this opportunity. They had a huge run by Dylan Johnson, and now it's slowed down, getting to that 4-minute mark, up 3.
Execution and game management equally important here. Odunze, or excuse me, Giles Jackson. It's Jackson with a catch and another 1st down.
Just a great job by Penix here. Stack the receiver. Ball is out early before he even turns, and Jackson able to, because he got it out so early, catch it, get his head turned around, and see where he could go to get those 1st down yards.
Odunze and Polk, the top 2 receivers, both split wide to the right.
SC was showing blitz. Now Washington makes an adjustment. Now you see they walk out of it.
Play clock worked down. Penix, long throw. Polk backpedaling, makes the catch at the 12.
Well, I love how he pre-snap gets a feel. He saw blitz, he saw man coverage. He looks to the sideline, and then USC also adjusts, and he finds that easy throw there to Polk. All going to come down to the red zone execution or a stop by SC.
They were 5 for 5 touchdowns the first trip, settled for a field goal last time in here. A field goal, of course, keeps SC very much in this.
Don't forget the run game at Dylan Johnson.
There he is, Johnson, around the end, diving out of bounds. Stopped about a yard and a half short of the goal line by Fagans.
Yeah, you get to the edge so easy on this defense, you might as well run the big man and use those blockers out in front. Fagans very fortunate, undersized at 180 pounds, trying to set the edge. Tough thing to do for a nickelback.
So the Huskies about a yard away from a double-digit lead in the waning minutes. Quickly to the line. Johnson, touchdown number 4. "91-yard drive. Flawless execution. And the Huskies have Caleb in a deep hole now.
Yeah, when in doubt, you go behind that left side. They've had a great night. The big tight end, Quentin Moore, often's been lining up. 88 on that left side, and they've just been collapsing down and opening things up for Dylan Johnson. And I know we're going to talk about these quarterbacks, and we should, because it's been a great duel between those two. But I'm glad we paid homage to the offensive line and Dylan Johnson and balancing out this Husky attack, because it's not just his passing game.
One of the most pass-heavy offenses in the country has rushed for 319 yards tonight. 256 by that man. The lead's 10. NFL scouts Kirk came to see the quarterbacks, but Dylan Johnson has given them a show tonight.
Yeah, he's been doing it all year, but it's a different level for him. And I think the thing to remember is this offensive line, the way they've helped him out. 199 yards before contact. Gives you an idea of the way they've opened things up. That was the big run, and he's able to finish it off. Those for the end zone. Physical guy. Remember, came over from Mississippi State in that air raid offense. Wanted an opportunity to get to the next level. Wanted to play with Penix in this system of Ryan Grubb. And he has a magical night tonight.
Branch on the return. He spun down. Yeah, that 199 yards you mentioned before contact, that's an incredible number. That's the most by any running back in the FBS this season. So credit the guys up front and also point to a sieve-like run defense for SC. Holly?
Look, guys, Dylan Johnson has been heroic tonight, because in the third quarter, I happened to notice on the sideline, he was limping. He was banged up. His calves have cuts, nicks, bruises. He has run so hard tonight, but he's also taken quite a beating. For him to have the stamina to be this in the fourth quarter, a heroic performance, he has fought through it, because there's a lot of scouts here. I know he's thinking about what's next for him, and he's showing them that he can be durable.
Over under acupuncture treatments this week, 3.5. So now it's a 10-point deficit with 2:13. Caleb Williams needs something quickly, works underneath. Washington gets 8.
I think respectfully, he's thinking about trying to keep his team undefeated and win a Pac-12 championship and win a national championship. I think this guy's as focused and dialed in on doing whatever he can for this team as anybody.
No doubt, but he knows it's a big stage.
Sure.
Washington, another short catch. They'll move the sticks. Clock stops momentarily.
And with Caleb Williams with 2 timeouts, you know, in college football, of course, out of bounds, and now that you're under 2 minutes, you have opportunities with first downs, the 2 timeouts.
Patient approach to the start of this drive. Jones gets about 10 more. It'll stop again for a couple seconds here.
And with Washington having a 2-possession lead, they're in that nickel mindset, that prevent. So smart to just, you're going to get first down yards, might as well take them, whether it's a run or a throw.
Caleb running out of time. Does escape. Scanning, he'll scamper for about 7 into Washington territory.
Once he scrambled to his left, he had Austin Jones, who didn't really work to get open very much, and neither did Brendan Rice, so he didn't have anybody to throw the football to, so smartly runs it, gets out of bounds to kill that clock. See if Washington pressures or sits back.
They rush 4. Again, Caleb on the edge, incomplete. Tried to find a sprinting Branch. Down to a minute 13 now.
Yeah, you wonder if a little bit of fatigue setting in there. That's a ball, once he got out into the open, that's a ball that he almost 10 out of 10 times makes that throw because Branch pulled away from the defender.
Pause for the quarterback to catch his breath, gather his strength for this third down play. Five receivers to choose from. Huskies show pressure. It's picked up. Brown dragged down. It'll be fourth down. Actually lost a yard. Goforth tackled him. The clock is stopped. Timeout taken. The final one that, or excuse me, he has one more to work with, Riley.
But that play by Goforth in space. The USC transfer and went to St. John Bosco. You know he's fired up to play in this game against his former teammates. And I think Caleb Williams just trying to get the ball out to Brown, thinking he can win one-on-one, and Goforth made a great play.
So you got to get 4 yards to keep any faint hope alive. Then you got to get the ball down quickly. You can score, obviously, an onside kick. What a night for Michael Penix. He's thrown for 256, matches the exact rushing total of Dylan Johnson. All-world statistician Marcamento beating great numbers on his birthday tonight.
Yeah, happy birthday. Shot of the Husky faithful that have made this trip. They have a big contingent over to our right. A lot of the SC fans have given up. They've called it a day, but one of the great fan bases in college football still here and enjoying themselves.
They'll head home next week to welcome the Utes to Husky Stadium. Tough schedule continues. Here it is. Williams got to have 4. And incomplete. Throw was wide and low. Intended for Washington, and Washington is going to come to the Coliseum. The first visit here since 2015 and hand USC a third loss and a second in the conference and extend their own winning streak to 16.
Yeah, heck of a battle here between these two offenses. The play callers, Lincoln Riley, doing everything he could with Caleb Williams and Ryan Grubb, and Kalen DeBoer doing it with Penix and Dylan Johnson. Huskies got tested here at the Coliseum, but they survived this. You said Utah coming up. They go to Corvallis after that at Oregon State. They have Washington State in the Apple Cup at home, and more than likely a shot to go to Vegas and to play in the Pac-12 championship. This team's a real deal. Number 5 in the rankings and not going anywhere.
Tough thing for USC. You go to Autzen, where the Ducks scored 63 today against Cal. That's not going to be any easier to stop Bo Nix.
I just feel that we saw it a few weeks ago in Seattle. It's a long way to go. But can you imagine if Washington and Oregon keep winning and those two happen to match up in a Pac-12 championship on a Friday night?
Oh, I can imagine. I'm thinking about it since we're up in Seattle.
Me too. That would be one of the best games of the year. Already was the first one.
Caleb Williams, a competitor to the end, did have a crucial fumble in this game. It was a big play as he gave the Huskies a short field, but he throws for 312 and 3 touchdowns. What a duel. Two very special quarterbacks, two very talented offenses, two defenses that have been challenged all season, and the chorus of discontent in Los Angeles about this SC defense, Kirk. The fact is it's just going to grow louder and louder as Washington gains 572 tonight. Two offensive heroes for the Huskies. Penix and Dylan Johnson are with Holly.
Well, guys, this was a crazy stat kind of night because you threw for about the same exact number of yards that he rushed for. How simpatico and balanced was this offense tonight?
Man, it was crazy, man. We knew all week. You know, we knew the work that we needed to put in, and we did it all week, man. The offensive line did a heck of a job all week long of making sure they were working on finishing and making sure that we were working on getting this DJ out and making these big-time plays. And, man, for us to come out and execute and do it today, man, it was a great thing.
How much pressure is on the offense, Dylan, when they come down and score? You guys have to come down and score, the back and forth nature of this game.
Oh, it's no pressure. I mean, we knew what was going to happen when we first came out here. We knew it was going to be a back and forth game. We just had to come out with the W, you know. We just had to come out with the win.
Washington hasn't played, hasn't won in this building for a long time. How special is it for you that you're the team to do it and you stay undefeated on the season?
Man, every win is special. You know, this is a great football team that we just played, and they do a lot of great things. But you know, like I said, man, I believe in us, and our motto is us versus us, and that's what we come in each and every day trying to work to get better and push each other to be better. But it's just a special win, just because it's another one. You know, adding another one to the column.
All right, and Dylan, I know it's probably too late for DJ to be staying up, but how proud is he got to be of Dad tonight?
Oh, trust me, he's definitely proud of me. And this game was for him, you know, for my family. You know, it's a special moment for me. It definitely is. For real.
Thank you so much, young man. Enjoy the win, guys. Thank you.
Guy who said left the comfort zone in Starkville to come all the way up here to play a long way from home to help his family out. Kalen DeBoer improves to 20-2 since he took over a program that was in deep trouble. This is a 4-win team two seasons ago.
Yeah, it's amazing what he did last year, and he had a veteran team coming back this year, and they knew they had a chance. He's a special coach, by the way. I was watching on the field pregame, players unsolicited coming over, hugging him, telling him they loved him. I mean, he's created a culture. These are the kind of cultures you dream about having. There's a great look. That's real. This is authentic stuff. So good.
This team loves you, and you love them so much. Yep.
He genuinely appreciates what these guys bring to the table.
On the other side, Caleb Williams jumping up and laying in the arms of family there.
Yeah. Tough night. Battled.
Sure did. He knows the reality of what a third loss means.
That's tough.
That as brilliant as his 2 years will be in LA, it's not going to result in a Pac-12 championship.
Yeah. Played well, led his team, did all he could. Just came up a bit short. It's part of the game.
Allstate presents the CFP rankings, which, Kirk, I wouldn't think figure to change much based on today. Oklahoma obviously will drop out with the loss of Bedlam.
I wouldn't think so. Ohio State got tested. Georgia got tested. Florida State, not their best performance, but won the shootout here. Oregon, asking Oregon and Alabama, the one-loss teams that are trending upward.
Texas very nearly took a damaging loss, escaped. And we're entering now November and the stretch run when the pressure will mount and these teams will have to handle what lies ahead. And for Washington, it's a serious gauntlet in the deepest conference in the country.
You're right. It's every single week. And to go from this game, the emotions of this game, you go right into Utah with Kyle Whittingham. I mean, that is not the team you want to see the next week after a game like this. They're going to need to get rested up and get ready, put their big boy pads on for Utah coming to town.
And leave them on for Oregon State, too, for that game, too, because they're going to go on the road right after that.
And then a rivalry game in Washington State.
Penix not letting go of that football. And Caleb Williams, a competitor to the end, trots off to a third USC loss this season. Huskies win it by 10. We enjoyed being here. Bill Bennell produced the game. Jimmy Plant directed it. Thanks in the booth to birthday boy Mark Amento, Darren Brown, Mike Black, for Bill Lamagna, Holly Kirk Street, Chris Fowler saying so long, except on the West Coast, your local news on most of these ABC stations.